Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. And today is going to be a little rant for today. What I heard of my Goosebumps buddy, Bjorn, from Australia, Goosebumps #1 Aussie fan. And what he says about, like, good news or bad news, sorta. We just don't know. Like, this is going to be a little rant for this. For any of you guys that love Goosebumps, and this will probably be, if you guys, or any of you guys know about AussieFan, there's a little bit like, kind of a bad news-ish, I'm not sure, but we just don't know what's going on. It's just, there's barely hype for the Goosebumps sequel, Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, and it's just disappointing. Like, ever since the first movie came out, since 2015, there was lots of hype. Like, there was much hype. And there was merchandise, though. Like, some merchandise. There was a little bit of hyping from the first Goosebumps movie. But now in the sequel, there's barely hype, barely merchandise. It's just, I don't know, it's just stupid. Like, there's just barely any merchandise that Scholastic and Sony is giving us. Like, all of us Goosebumps fans. Looks like there's not that much Goosebumps fans that there used to be that often. But actually me, Bjorn, Zach Baby, like, us. Like, even some of you guys, if you guys love Goosebumps, just look, guys. See, look, I grew up with the books, the TV show, everything. Like, I'm such a huge fan of Goosebumps, but now this is happening about this. Like, it's just the way that when Scholastic was sending Bjorn a message about they said in October, during October, they'll put in individual titles, box sets, and tents, but there's going to be this feeling that there is not going to be that much Goosebumps merchandise, marketing, merch, like t-shirts, toys, costumes, anything for the Goosebumps sequel. But no, like, we were thought there's going to be so much crazy hype of the Goosebumps sequel. We thought there's going to be a big store display of Goosebumps, of toys, mugs, t-shirts, costumes. And wait, and by the way, since when Scholastic kicked off this Trick or Treat Studios, take away their license of Goosebumps merch, they gave it to Spirit Halloween, and Spirit Halloween, all they did is just one costume, which is just a Goosebumps costume. It's just a slappy, dummy costume. They only did just one. Like, even the masses even separately too. It's just, and even Scholastic only did like 2 movie-related books of Goosebumps 2. Like, they did the movie novel, and they did a slappy return book. Like, that's it. Just 1 costume and 2 books of the Goosebumps sequel merchandise. Like, we thought there's going to be so much hyping of merchandise, like so much marketing of Goosebumps that Scholastic will give us. Or even Sony, you know? But it's just so disappointing. Like, it's just me and my buddy Bjorn, Aussie, we're just thinking if this Goosebumps sequel might be a random directed DVD type movie, and when it comes out to theaters, it might be just gotta be some random movie for parents to take their kids to see, something fun to see. Like, okay, it's getting dark in here. There we go. Okay, it's just Goosebumps 2 is starting to be, like, it's gonna be a random movie for kids to enjoy, like, a family to enjoy. But not for Goosebumps fans, like hardcore fans like me, and my buddies on YouTube, Bjorn, Aussie fan, actually, and Zach Baby TV. But it's just really disappointing. Like, why? Why? Like, I just do not know, guys. We just don't know what's going on. Like, we don't know if Scholastic and Sony doesn't even care about the thing about Goosebumps like it used to be back in the 90s. Hardcore 90s kids grew up with Goosebumps, but now in 2018 with the Goosebumps sequel, there's like barely any hype. But we do heard about some people actually like to see, are really excited for the sequel to come out. And we're so close, like 2 months away for the Goosebumps sequel to come out. And when it will come out in theaters probably. Like, I see a poster in one of my local cinemas. My brother too. Like, we see the posters of Goosebumps 2. So it might come out in cinemas, in theaters, not just a direct-to-DVD movie like other random R.L. Stine movies. But this is gonna be actually needs to be a theatrical movie. But then, so the movie's gonna come out really soon, in October 12th, in the USA, in America. And it's gonna come out on October 25th, all the way to Australia. And yeah, it's just gonna be disappointing. Like, we're not gonna have any Goosebumps merchandise, like barely. And there's barely hype. Like, everyone doesn't get any attention to the... Like, people's not paying any attention to the Goosebumps sequel, not being hype. Like, so many marketing, merchandise, and new books. And by the way, like, Goosebumps, I know Goosebumps started when there are books, though, but just listen, guys. Listen, Scholastic or Sony. The books, it's not about the books, okay? It's about everything else of Goosebumps. Like, the TV show, like TV shows. T-shirts, toys, mugs, tents, everything. Like, just everything that gets us hype with Goosebumps. Like, why? Like, there's barely merch now. There's only one costume, 2 books, so it's just stupid. Even R.L. Stine is really confused about when he sent a message on Instagram that he says he doesn't know why there's any people telling him about the sequel. It's just the man himself, Bob Stine, he's just confused. The man himself. And even us too, and even Sony and Scholastic is not even, like, don't even care about Goosebumps anymore, like, barely. Like, since Sony released the first movie since 2015, it was a box office, it made a lot of money, and they got enough money to make another one, which is actually the sequel. But now, it's just not the same anymore. Like, it's just disappointing. Well, guys, we're just gonna have to see. If any of you guys love Goosebumps, let me know in the comments down below, because I really like to know, because I'm a huge Goosebumps fan. I really do, because I collect the books. I read some of the books, watched the TV show, watched the Sony 2015 film, and even own some of them, a little bit of merchandise. So yeah, we just do not know. We're just going to have to see until the sequel comes out, or in October there might be barely any Goosebumps merch. But since Scholastic knows the sequel coming out, but they didn't know or notice anything about marketing merchandise, new Goosebumps merchandise. So it's just confusing. Like, since the first movie, there was some merchandise, but in the second movie, barely, and even barely hype. Like, nobody's not gonna, like, there are not enough people hype for Goosebumps 2. But us Goosebumps fans, like some of us Goosebumps fans, we are, but there's barely not that much Goosebumps fans like there used to be. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see when Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, come out in theaters, and see if there's ever gonna be any merch or not. Like, more merchandise. That's what I mean. So, anyways, that was my little rant. And even if you guys know about this rant, like if you guys ever watch Ozzy's video, make sure to check out his channel. Goosebumps #1 Aussie fan, okay? So check out his channel. Okay, so it's just, we're just gonna have to see what happens. So, Goosebumps 2 barely has hype. It's gonna be a random direct-to-DVD type movie for kids, for little kiddies to enjoy, and parents and family to enjoy a random movie that they don't care about. Like, they won't know about, like, the spirit of Goosebumps. Like Sony's directing Goosebumps, they just forgot the important thing about Goosebumps. The creepiness. The nostalgic. Like, everything. Like Goosebumps from the 90s. Like, they just do not know about the important thing of Goosebumps. So, that's all I'm going to tell you guys. So, that's my rant about barely any Goosebumps hype. There's barely any hype for Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. So I'm down, and even Bjorn is down. Even some of you guys might be down if any of you guys know about this. Like, this good news or bad news-ish. Actually, like, bad news-ish, maybe. Sorta. So yeah, that's my rant about there's barely hype for Goosebumps 2. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, like this video, comment this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more future content like this coming out real soon. So, I'll see you guys then.
Dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita.